Well, hello. I'm Lisa Fry, the Catholic Unschooler. Welcome. It is not in the morning, which I usually record, and it's about 5 o'clock at night. And what am I doing? I am going out to take our son, who is very relaxed homeschooled slash sorta kinda unschooling at the same time. We do these hand in hand. He realizes that he needs to make a few $100s, couple, few, I don't know, for new scooter parts. And they're very expensive, and we can help him out. And then he also wants to work for it. So I'm going to take him out right now, door to door, selling. Hopefully we can find a nice Valentine product. So let's go. So his friend Jesse is going to accompany him tonight. He's done it before, and you know, it's good to expose children, right? Show them the ropes to certain things. You never know if he's going to need to sell anything someday. You never know how it's going to inspire someone. Oh, they're there. All right, we found out that Jesse can't come after all. That's too bad, but it's cute. It's cute. Yes. All right, onward. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our safeguard against the wiles and wickedness of the devil. Restrain him, O God, we humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin and destruction of souls, and please bless my son in his selling. Amen. All right, so buy low, sell high. It's 5:33. All right, buy low, sell high. We've never been to apartments before. We're gonna give it a shot. We don't know how it's gonna go. We usually go to single family neighborhoods. So let's see how interested people who live in apartments do. So say you are a homeschooler and you want to do this, or you're an unschooler. You would, a lot of times they ask the same questions, right? You would too. You would say, oh, so what school do you go to? What is this for? So you would think of a name to call your school. So ours is Our Lady Queen of Heaven Homeschool. So it always has. It's actually been passed down. Sorry about that noise. The name was passed down from my father to us. And so then when they ask you, what is this for, you could say that it's to learn how to run your own business, which is true. Okay. Now he needs scooter parts, and that's where the money will go to. You can donate 10%, 20%, however much you want, to a local cause. Maybe you want to do it to your local church. So for a while, Seth wasn't, he was kind of frustrated because for whatever reason, and he took a couple of months off, and he thought that he didn't want to do it anymore. And then he realized when he was making money how fun this really was. And so now that's what he's doing. Now he's back on track. He's like, he just keeps saying, I like selling. I'm like, you do? Because he was complaining there for a while, and he's like, yeah, it makes money. And I'm like, yeah, now you have to think about, a product that sells to the masses, instead of doing the door-to-door $5 thing. If your child has this sort of talent, maybe an entrepreneur gifting, it is up to us. Don't get lazy about it, please. Get in the car and go and do it. Okay, believe me, there's nothing about me. I'd rather go sit on the couch and watch the Waltons right now, but I'm like, you know what, it's helping him learn and to polish those talents. All right, so no luck so far, so we're gonna try to, I guess it's not too good with the apartments. So we're going to head over to the single family home. See how you learn marketing, you learn social techniques, you know what works, what doesn't work for certain products. And he can pinpoint anything. He's been doing this since he was 7. He's now 13. He can pinpoint a neighborhood and say, no, mama, I know this isn't going to work. So he tried that out for the sake of me, and I was wrong. How's that? He knows. He was gifted with this talent. I could never go door to door. I would be so embarrassed. You know, he just walks right up, says, hi, my name is so-and-so, and this is, would you like to buy the certain product? All right, here he comes. I recommend when you are going to a house to keep the windows open some so you can hear what's happening. Now, every house, I always pray a Hail Mary for him. Oh, looks like he made a sale. Whenever he's waiting, I know. So just like a vocational school would train your child in whatever they're interested in, this is the same thing, except you're the parent and you're doing it for them. How exciting. I like when he stands at the door. That's a great sign. That means he's made a sale. Now see, he learned most of his math just through this experience. You know, this is how much money he needs. This is how many boxes he needs to sell. You know, it's just all in the world. It's all elementary. It's very simple. You know, he can do it way faster than me. He knows exactly how to calculate, what to do. You know, it really doesn't take a genius to figure it out. Think about the skills that he is learning, okay? Think about the people, the social skills that he can just walk up to a house and ask, you know, if they want to buy a product, you know? So if he ever were to be in that business, if he chooses, then he will have so much experience. Since he was 7, are you kidding? That's exactly right. It's so funny. He goes, you think this house is going to buy it? And he says, what do you think? And he says, I think that they're going to buy it. I said, oh yeah, what makes you think that? And he said, because they got their lights on, the TV's on. He says, let's see if my theory's right. So we'll see. Oh, they're not even opening the door. Oh. Well. Oh, they are. Let's see. Oh. He did it. She took it. Oh my gosh. Do you see? Because of his experience, he knows the crowd. And that's very important. So someday he will hopefully, you know, be able to know his crowd, what do they call it? I forget. You know, his people, his crowd, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? So this next house, he says, I want to go here, and I bet you they're not going to open the door. And I said, why do you think that? And he said, because they're relaxed, there's hardly any lights on, they don't want to buy anything. So let's see if he's right. The word is target, okay? Not crowd. So he will be able to know which target, right? Who to target. If he ever does want to sell a product, he'll know the age group, he'll know male or female, he'll know the population, like where they live. And that's what all the companies do. Oh. So they opened the door, but they did not buy. So he was correct. This is funny, see? So there's a statue of Mary at this home, so we're hoping, he goes, I don't think they're going to buy, but I'll try. So he said that the last house, I think they may have been Japanese, so he thinks, that if they're not English speaking, they don't buy the product because they don't know what he's saying. So that's a nice thing for him to understand. Otherwise, he will later on in life, if he does decide to sell, there he is, then he might just, you know, throw caution to the wind and say, oh yeah, so I can just sell it and everybody will buy it. This way here, he's starting to know who buys what, who's interested in what. Usually people in their 30s, women, they buy these chocolate products. And he's so right? All right, so there's 2 houses. One aside, they're both side by side. He says, this one over here probably isn't going to buy. I said, why? He goes, I don't know, you just get those feelings. I said, yeah, but you've got to come up with the reason. You must be observing something. He says, they just don't look like a happy family. So whatever that means to him. So he thinks this house he's going to now they're going to buy. Let's look. Oh, the statue of Mary house did buy it. So he was wrong. He didn't think they would. And I thought, you know what? They're faithful people. Maybe they will care about a young person selling. And sure enough, you don't have to have a Mary statue in your yard to do that, but I for sure thought that they would, and they did. So I'm learning too. So the house that he thought was going to buy did not. Let's see if this one does, the one that he thought won't buy it. He only has to sell 2 more boxes for the evening, and he will have made his quota. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Oh, I don't know. Oh. No, I don't think so. Wow. A gentleman gave him $10 for one. Okay, he was charging $5 for the Swiss rolls. He gave him $10 on the house that he thought was not going to be a happy family. So whatever he thinks that, I don't know, but $10, see? So now you might say, well, in the real world, they wouldn't do that. A lot of people give tips. A lot of people are generous. A lot of people donate to all kinds of causes, right? So it is reality. Now this house here has lights all over it, and he thinks that they're very celebratory with the lights and everything. So he goes, I think they'll buy. Bingo for the lights on the house.
100%.
Wow.
It was 6 o'clock. My first house I went to.
Nice. We started at, I think like 5:30 something, but we just kept trying and trying. But once he started making the sale in the new neighborhood, boom, it was like 15 minutes. $45.